welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I'm Arcane Intuitive. On this channel I look at all things tarot and spirituality. We use the cards to look into world events, current political situations and pop culture. If this is your first time seeing me, please do like and subscribe. Today we are going to have a look at Chris Brown. This is something that viewers have requested that we look into a couple of times. I don't know a whole lot about Chris Brown, but it seems like he's in a little bit of legal trouble recently. So he has a case which I think is due to go to trial quite soon in the UK for assault. It's a nightclub assault, I think, with a bottle, and he has another case that's just come up in the US, and I think it's a former member of staff who has accused him of not supporting, like one of his dogs I think attacked her and she wasn't supported by him while she was employed by him. Let's start delving into this and see what the cards come up with. This is all entertainment and it's for entertainment purposes only. It's alleged. Okay. Okay, I think we will start by just looking at the core issue here that's coming up with him. Okay, that's not something I might have expected. What I'll start by saying about this is there's probably a lot that has gone on with him in the past, and it's almost as if this has come to a point where the truth must come out. So if in the past he has gotten away with things and not seen repercussions for these things that have happened, it is finally coming through just in a karmic way, the results of that. So he might have gotten away with things here that he never received karma for, and then it's just coming to the surface. I do see two things: that he's quite hot-headed by nature, and that there is a woman, or there has been a woman around him who's quite a significant relationship, and that he may have been in some degree of conflict with at times, and that the conflict maybe influences his behavior. The King of Wands as well, I mean, he does feel self-assured. Yeah, so it's just kind of confirming here this sense of him going through a reckoning. This is full transformation. It's really Scorpio energy right now. I did not check his astrology chart before this, so I'm not sure what he would come through as a tarot card here. But very much like this situation here looks like he is in a place of need, like it's almost as if he needs to transform his life, and maybe he hasn't been. He falls into the same patterns that he has in the past, and almost like things have come to this point where they're culminating and forcing him into a point of changing himself. So I think with the UK case, he did spend some time briefly in prison without bail. I'm sure that wasn't pleasant for him. It's too many cards. He's in this place right now. He's coming through Page of Pentacles, even on the base of the deck here, Page of Cups. It is almost as though this has come into play to take him down a notch, to show him where he has been childish and where he has been irresponsible. It is encouraging him to move more into this Knight of Pentacles energy, which is just more measured and slow and strategic in how it functions. So while he's come through as a king in the first instance, with that aspected by the Five of Wands, I think he has always been connected with the negative potential of the King of Wands. So in a really positive way, the King of Wands can be incredibly intelligent and incredibly driven, but with the surrounding cards, it does look as though he just might have been considering himself a king, but, you know, degree of hot-headedness here, a degree of impulse, of ruthlessness. And so he's now in this space where the transformation's coming in to force him into a slower pace of life. I think some of this kind of egotism that he exhibits comes from, and I mean it's only natural that it would, comes from his position in life. So he, you know, he's got the Star card here. He's incredibly successful. He is being seen on a world stage. When that happens, people do accommodate you. People do things for you that they wouldn't necessarily for someone else, and he has enjoyed that elevated status, and perhaps sometimes he has behaved in spoilt or difficult ways, or he hasn't thought through the consequences, because the level of power that he has in that space means that he doesn't often experience consequences for his actions. It is upsetting him at the moment what he's been going through here. Let's actually delve into the specifics. So let's look what happened or is happening with the UK case first. What is happening with Chris Brown's UK case? I mean, this is a man who's working very carefully behind the scenes to make sure that he comes out on top of this. Doesn't necessarily mean that he will, but the combination of the Nine of Pentacles here, the Magician, I would imagine that he has taken on some really great legal counsel. They are showing him here in a moment of pause, and that does, for me, indicate that period where he was kind of incarcerated as part of this, or he was jailed temporarily while he awaited. So that has probably been the impetus in him getting someone on board as his legal team that's going to take this very seriously, that's going to prioritize this, who's going to be working towards getting him out of it. I do see him coming through as part of this court case, very agreeable, submissive energy. He will be kind of more humble than you would normally see him. If the public sees how he's interacting outside of these court proceedings, I don't know if they'll be videoed. I don't think they will in the UK. but if you see his press statements or if you listen to the transcriptions of this when it comes to court, he will be very much tail between his legs about the whole thing. I don't know if he'll necessarily admit to it, but it's just he wants to come across in this reflective manner. Behind the scenes, actually quite stressed out about this. I do personally think that he'll probably come out on top with the judgment, the outcome of this. Although I just want to clarify this, because at the same time it does feel like something about this case is him, the way, again, what we were just saying, the way in which he has handled himself, he's brought this kind of sense of pride and arrogance, is being brought to task through this. So can I just clarify the outcome, please? I mean, it keeps coming back to this idea of transformation. So actually the outcome of this case is dependent on the transformation, I would say. If he can come in this submissive way and actually look, and for it to be genuine or come off as genuine, that he's actually assessed himself, that he's making change, then he will come out with a positive result, or even like just a minimal legal issue pertaining to this. He does not want to lock in on the idea of him being in the right, this kind of egotism, because that would not be well received. And this is absolutely coming in a way that it's designed to create pain for him for past mistakes. Let's just look at, and this is allegedly, how he's feeling about it. I do think he's feeling anxious about it. I do kind of feel like he might actually be experiencing anxiety. I do see like a female figure here as part of the legal proceedings. I'm not sure if I think there's a female here in his life, actually. There's a female who's already in his life, who he's just sort of worried about the impact of this whole thing on. So that in itself is a bit of a reckoning for him. I do think this is either someone who has a child with him or is going to have a child with him, or a female figure, like a mother or something like that, who maybe isn't in the best of health. That's what it's looking like to me. So something here relating to this situation almost needs to be a positive outcome, because he has things going on in the background that he cannot afford for this to take up more time or to be like a difficult outcome. So I do see that this female figure is kind of prominent in his mind. Let's look at what's going on with this other case that's being brought against him in the US. I think that's too many cards. Let's go again. I mean, this kind of theme of him being a bit irresponsible comes through yet again here. Like, I want to say in the situation that he is being brought to court for, more than anything, he was just rash and immature. Like, his actions were poorly thought out, or he responded in a hasty manner. I don't know what that means, but it might be less intentional. It just feels like rash, unconsidered energy. And again, the Knight of Pentacles, the other way around, is slow energy, and he's come upside down. So we're seeing like multiple cards here that make me think his behavior was a little bit fishy, but also it was just badly thought out here. What else is in the background about this that we don't know? I just want to say that he has something else that's kind of explosive that has yet to be revealed. And I don't know what that is, but it's as if there is a tower moment for him. And so far, it's being kept from exploding, which is interesting. Can we get any more clarity on what this pertains to? He is in this place of complete anything that he has not been above board with in the past will revisit him potentially in his current energy. This is why things are coming up and they feel like they've been from a while ago. I'd love to see his astrology placements actually, because there's something about this that just feels like it might link in there about like major transits or something that he's going through, because he just keeps coming through as his death energy. There's something here. There's something here that is very like powerful that feels like it's chasing him. There's a lot of strategy to prevent this from being exposed. Again, something hidden, like over and over again. I'm hearing about this. I don't think it relates to either of the court cases. This is something separate. Another card relating again to something that is being hidden. Tell me more. It's from his past. As I kind of say that, I don't want to say it. It does. It's something explosive. To me, it could be something pertaining to like violence also, but we've seen that previously with them anyway. There are powerful other figures that kind of keep this out of the public attention. There's another man here, and he himself actually is coming through here as quite a controlling man. I'm seeing like Aries type energy. I don't know if that's his star sign, but it just looks like each star sign has an inherent energy with it. It just feels a bit Aries here, and it could just be his attitude, but he feels controlling. He's definitely controlled people with money. I wonder if he's being blackmailed for something. This is all alleged. There is something here in the past that he is desperate to put behind him. Like he just wants to move on from all of these secrets, because I just see secrets here, and them all being explosive secrets. And then he is trying to do an Eight of Cups here and get as far away from it as he can. It doesn't mean he doesn't reflect on it though, here. I definitely see that. Because some of this is like part of the foundations of him coming into the life that he has now. So I'm being brought back quite early on here for him. It does feel like a judgment, and it does feel like, you know, there has been pride in the past. Wow, okay, can I pull a few final cards on this? I don't want to delve too much deeper here. Can I pull a few final cards on this and then we'll wrap it up? It is, whatever some of this is, it is out there in some capacity right now. Like, there are people who are aware of it. I'm going to leave it there, actually. Definitely not the reading that I expected. These things might come out slowly in time, with the final card on the deck being the Knight of Pentacles. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.